Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money show. It's Thursday, October 27th. And officially, I am not in the country at this point when we are recording this. I hope. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I mean, I'm hopeful I make it to this conference that I'm going to overseas, but we'll see. All right. We are here trying to help you take the mystery out of your financial life, and we are trying to answer your financial questions. The way we do that is we direct you to our website, and our website is JillOnMoney.com. Now, while you're on the website, before you click the Contact Us button, there's a little poll, right? So the Contact Us, you're going to ask your question. The poll, you're going to answer a question. Ask and answered. See? Just like that. And the poll questions there are two, and they are very, very easy. Very easy. So I promise it'll take you 10 seconds. So check that out while you're on the website. Also, you can pre-order the new book. My book is dropping in January. It's called The Great Money Reset. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. And you can pre-order it on our website. Okay, so right now, let's talk to Barry from Oregon. Barry, what brings you to our airwaves today?
Well, I just wanted to check in. I'm in a unique situation, and I kind of cut to the chase early on in life. I started working at 17 and didn't go to college, skipped the college route, even though there's all the pressure of going to college, and all the friends go away. And, but I just started working and grinding and saving a lot of money. And I'm in this position right now where I'm like, okay, I'm 24, just turned 24, and I have all this money in savings. I'm not doing anything with it. I live so inexpensively. My budget is about $1,000 a month.
What?
So I don't spend money. I'm kind of obsessed with not spending money, and I'm obsessed with making a lot of money, but it's my money's not working for me right now because it's just sitting in a savings account doing nothing. And
wait a minute. Let me go back to one thing. So you're 24 years old. How much money do you earn?
Make about $65,000 a year.
Do you have a retirement plan through work?
So a few companies have had 401k and retirement plan, but nothing. The current job that I've had for the last 2.5 years does not have that.
Have you ever opened an IRA account for yourself?
I haven't. The only thing I have right now is I put $4,000 in a Vanguard index fund, and I put $250 a month in.
Okay. Your expenses, you said $1,000 a month. Does that include your rent?
That includes my rent. Yeah.
This is amazing. How much money have you squirreled away besides the $4,000 in the index fund? What did you, when you said you're piled up in savings, what do you have?
It's about $150,000 in savings.
What?
Right now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nothing though. It's just, it's sitting in a
okay.
bank account
The
with
good
no
news
growth.
is that it wasn't like all invested in Bitcoin. So that could have been a bad choice. And when given the choice of doing something silly and actually having money in the bank, I'll choose the bank. Do you think that you have any inclination towards purchasing a home where you live, in the area where you live?
So I was born and raised in Southern Oregon in this town, and I'm just moved back after about 4 years. And it's a rental right now. It's a really sweet rental. I have a good setup, and if I were to buy a place, it'd probably be an investment property. That's what I'm looking at right now, just to get some passive income. I think I could, put a lot down, and this area is pretty popular right now in terms of people moving here from California, and I think it's a good market overall. So definitely looking into that, but I have kind of separation anxiety with my money. I'm so
oh my God, I did not know what you were about to say, because when you said separation anxiety, I thought you were going to say from my family or something. So, okay. And you do live near your family. Are you responsible for anyone? Do you have parents that you need to help out? Like, give us a little background on that.
Yeah. Both parents are here. Was helping my mom for a little while, taking care of her. She wasn't working for a few years there, and I was helping her, with a little bit each month. But right now, self-sustaining, it's pretty good. I don't have any big kind of high ticket things that come up. Everything is pretty stable. I keep my life a little bit conservative in terms of, I don't go traveling much. I don't have an expensive car. I don't have, hobbies.
The only thing you have is separation anxiety from your money. So, Mark, any other questions for Barry before you tell him what to do with his money?
I'm just kind of curious, like what the future looks like in terms of, he's had been at this current employer for a couple of years. What does he think the future looks like in terms of where he's going to work and what he's going to be making?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing health food sales, like CPG products, for the last 5-6 years, and moved around companies every few years. And I have a pretty decent position right now. I'm kind of top salesperson nationally, so I feel very stable in this role. But yeah, I mean, how this industry works, you kind of just keep getting scooped up by different companies and leveling up. So this current role is a 6-figure role. So I'm definitely taking a little bit of pay cut being with a smaller company right now. So I could be, with commission and stuff, I could be making 6 figures easily. So that would be the next kind of goal, I guess, within the next year or two, would be going, to a pretty good company.
So would it be fair for us to try to help you get some of this cash invested, or like, what is the amount of money you really want to keep as your security blanket? I mean, your expenses are low. So if I said, your expenses are $1,000 a month. So, you really need like 15 grand in cash, but that's not enough for you. I get that. So what do you feel like is the right number for you to have in an emergency reserve fund that would keep you calm?
I mean, like $50,000 seems pretty okay, right? I mean, that's livable.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you can definitely have like 15 grand in the bank. How about so for this year, for 2022, you're going to buy, how about 10 grand in I bonds? That's kind of a safe, boring thing to do with some of the money. But then in January, you can do another 10 grand in I bonds. And so you'll have 20 grand in I bonds. And then how about 30 in the bank? Can you live with that?
Sure. I can live with 30. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, Mark, what about the other 100 grand? Investment property, retirement fund? What do you want to do? Just plain old brokerage account? What's the game plan for Barry?
I would definitely start using a Roth IRA until he's at a job where there's a retirement plan that's offered. Until that happens, I would definitely contribute to a Roth IRA each year going forward. I would probably make a contribution for this year, and then as soon as we turn a calendar, make another one right away for 2023.
So that's 12 grand of the 100.
I don't know about the investment house. I'm kind of on the fence in terms of that. Actually, I'm not really on the fence. I'm kind of against it, but that's just me.
How much would you have to spend on a house that would be an investment property? What would the guess be of, like, what would the cost of a home be that you would want to buy as investment property? Have you looked into it?
I have. Yeah, it's about, $250,000 for, say, a condo built in 2010, 2-bedroom, 2-bath kind of deal.
So you'd have to put 50 grand down. Maybe more, actually, because it's going to be rental property. You wouldn't live there, right? You would not live there.
I would probably not live there unless it was a duplex. That'd be pretty cool. Duplex or fourplex would be awesome, but those are hard to come by and get snatched up pretty quick. So,
first of all, interest rates are so high right now, and I don't want you to put 100 grand down on this house. If you had contacted us a year ago, right, and we were talking about this exact same scenario, except mortgage rates were lower, right, by half about, then it might be more intriguing to me. But I don't know. I'm not that excited by that unless something fell into your lap, literally. Like, oh, I've lived in this town forever. My friend's uncle has this great place for sale. There's no realtor involved. It's a sweet deal. I know I can do this. And yeah, okay, maybe. But it has to be like a sweet deal. My concern is that you've got all this liquidity. You're really young. You may have a great low rent expense right now, but maybe eventually, maybe you're going to partner up. Maybe you're going to have a kid. You don't know. I don't know. Your life's going to change. In order to prepare for that eventual change, having access to some of your money could be great. So, I mean, I think it's okay to look. I think it's okay to kind of noodle around, but I'm not feeling the love given the fact that, we are in this strange point in the economy where interest rates are high and home prices are still pretty high. So I don't know. I'm not feeling the love. Again, if something fell into your lap, get back in touch with us. But I'm more inclined to do the same thing with out of the 100 grand is that if you have a Roth IRA, that's fine. You have an account at Vanguard, right? So you could open up at Vanguard. You could say, well, let me put a few more funds in there and allocate, the other $90,000 among some different index funds. So right now, you could have an international stock index. You could have a U.S. index. You could have an intermediate term bond index. I mean, it's funny, like you're investing at a time where everyone else is freaking out because you happen to have cash right now. So, Mark, what's a 24-year-old allocation in a Vanguard environment? What do you think is Barry's kind of desired target for that? Knowing that you have to be, I think knowing that you're a little bit more cautious than just only having, high risk stuff, right?
He is so young that I would say I'm totally fine with, 90 equity and 10% in bonds. But he's also a little bit on the conservative side. So if he wanted that to be 80-20, I mean, that's fine. I don't think at this age, I don't think he needs to go anything beyond that.
This guy's coming from cash, dude.
He's coming from cash, but he's so young. How do you feel about that, Barry?
Well, I have 40 years, right? 40 years to just keep plugging away. I mean, I have my whole life to make money. I mean, I've been so focused and fixated on it. And then it's kind of funny now after all this time saving like a little squirrel. And then it's just sitting there and I pretend like I don't have it. It's like, well, I should be doing something. I should have been doing something with it all along where, okay, a little bit goes in savings, a little bit goes, I just dumped it all into a savings account. And I don't know. I feel like it's okay. But now I'm like, all right, I have this lump sum. I need to do something with it because I don't need to touch it for a long time. I really don't.
It's true. And you might need it, but you don't need it all at once. So Mark, how do you feel about, say, 20% international, 60% U.S. stock index, and 20% bond?
That's fine with me. Yeah, that's totally fine. No more conservative.
And if you feel like you're like completely flipped out about this and you want to keep a little bit of extra money in the emergency reserve, so we sort of said keep 30 in the bank, 10 in I bonds for 2022, 10 in another round of I bonds for 2023. Of the if you say, well, I really want like 30 or 40, whatever, then, put a long-term CD in there, put a 3 or a 5-year CD in there and don't worry about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm in this for the long run, I don't care about the next 3 to 5 years, it's like, okay, the next 10, 20, and it's going to go up over time. I know that. But even this Vanguard index one was tough for me. I just did that in spring, so around March, and that was tough. I was like, that was really hard for me to go, oh yeah, because it was a $3,000 minimum for the VFIAC. So I put that in and I went, oh man, this is so hard for me to, I know, but it was great. Now I love it. And now it's consistently $250 a month on the first every month. I could probably even up that to $500 or $650 a month, just to
and you can just get it going, and you'll fund your Roth IRA and whatever you put in the Roth. I mean, for the Roth, I'm certainly fine just doing 100% in an index fund for the first 12 grand that you're going to put in, and then here's what you're going to do: you're going to get back in touch with us when you have a job that has a retirement account, and or if you actually have a piece of property that's really intriguing to you. I just want to try to help cure that separation anxiety a little bit. It's still yours. You're not separating. This is just all a part of Barry's pot o' money.
I did the same thing all throughout my late 20s and early 30s. I just, if I can go back in time, I would have invested it, but I didn't. I kept everything in cash. It kind of worked out because I eventually wound up buying something, but I get where you're coming from. I loved seeing that cash.
And just that number, right? That number going up. It's so nice to see it. And it's like, I worked for that. It's mine. And then, but now, diversifying and getting some, and then I'll see those numbers go up too. And it's going to be amazing to look in, 20 years and go, whoa, look at this couple thousand. It's now a couple 100,000. And
it's amazing.
It's really exciting.
If you throw in 90 grand, let's just say 20 years, and do nothing else, like contribute nothing else in 20 years, it's going to be just under 300,000.
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
Wild.
Isn't
just
that
doing
amazing?
nothing. No additional contributions, huh?
That's right.
Wow.
So, are you game?
I'm into it. I want to do 6,000. So the Roth IRA, right? We can do that this year and do the max contribution. And then we're going to do the 80-20. How about like any additional little, I don't know, some friends have told me, oh, do some biotech or do some.
Oh, forget that. I mean, that's just unnecessary, completely unnecessary. And the reason it's unnecessary is that it is truly like cherry picking what the next sector is going to be, and who knows?
The S&P 500 covers all these sectors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're in great shape. You're like a beacon. You are somebody who we can hold up and say, here is a man who is 24 years old, not saddled with college debt, not saddled with a college education, makes $65,000 a year and has squirreled away $150,000. It is truly, truly amazing. And so congratulations. You've done a great job, and it's only going to get better. So stay in touch with us, okay?
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for this. Yeah, it was great chatting.
All right. If you want to join us, just like Barry did, all you need to do is hop on the website, JillOnMoney.com, and click on the Contact Us button. And as always, we really do encourage you to send us feedback if you want us to cover different topics, if you have an idea of a guest, if you want to add something to the resources section, whatever it is, let us know. You can use that Contact Us button for whatever is on your mind. Mark Talercio is the co-host and executive producer of this program. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Please, if you wouldn't mind, leave us a rating and review on Apple. And you can check out our other podcast called Jill on Money, which is every single day, 7 days a week. So you can check that out. All the information is on our website. All right, do something nice for someone else today. Curiosity, compassion, community. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.